Yeah, so hi all, welcome to our club. I won't say clubhouse meeting, but welcome to our club meeting. The topic for today is role of BA in product development. I like this session to be an interactive session, so feel free to raise your hand and join me on stage so that I can answer your queries. Like you can ask me questions, and we can discuss this topic rather than having a one week communication. Yeah, so please raise your hand so that I can approve the request. Okay, coming on to the topic. So, first thing which we need to understand is so when I posted this topic, right? So, there was an immediate question on one of the Telegram channels was what a BA is doing in product development. Yeah, so everyone knows that right now, Agile and Scrum is something that is being considered the only option or the best option for product development. Yeah, and I won't argue that. I won't differ with that. I have the same thought process as well. uh, but in terms of what a BA is doing in product development, so I see it this way. Either you have a PO who is essentially doing BA activities. Yeah, so you will be capturing requirements, and you will be giving your user stories and functional requirements to the team. But your designation is PO, and you are taking decisions in the PO's capacity. Yeah, if there are large product developments, in that case there should be a single PO, and multiple BAs should be aligned to that PO so that it we can ensure consistency across systems. Everyone has their own way of working. So if I write requirements one way, if I solutionized a particular functionality one way, uh, the other person will do it a bit differently. Yeah, I'm not saying that the other person is wrong, I'm right. Each thing can be done in multiple ways, so there is no right way, there is no wrong way. But if multiple people are doing things, multiple functionalities will be developed. So it's similar to a cooking, right? So if I cook, if a maid cook, or if my mother cooks, so everyone has the give their own flavor. Yeah, so similarly, the requirement solutioning and the end requirements which are given will come with a personal flavor of the person who is writing or solutionizing. So um, for large product developments, it's very essential that there is one PO who ensures consistency. Yeah, so there needs to be a person who is sort of managing the branches. Yeah, Domino's, McDonald's. So you will not see a difference in the taste, right? Because the process is same. So similarly, a PO in a large project ensures that it's consistent, the solutioning is consistent across the product. Yeah, but one person cannot handle multiple scrums. Yeah, there can be 10 scrums running in parallel, there can be 20 scrums running in parallel. So one person cannot be everywhere, one person cannot be a blocker, right? The the main PO will require multiple people who will handle each scrum. And we call them PO or we call them BA, it doesn't matter. Yeah, but at the end of the day, these people will not be doing PO work, these people will be doing the business analysis activities. And that's what we are here for. That if you're working in a scrum and if you're working on product development, what all avenues you will be looking at, what all roles you will be playing there. Any questions so far? um, I'll do one thing. I'll send an invite to speak to everyone so that in case someone doesn't know how to raise your hand, they can accept the invite and join me on stage. So I'm really hoping for some questions, some queries at this point in time.
So in a team, if a team can consist of both product owner and a BA as well, right?
Yes. So product
So
own
it,
is
yeah.
managing the entire product, right? So
Okay.
how features will be developed in this product. BA will, sort of become the, if I talk about Scrum, so BA becomes the part of the Scrum team.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So it is not necessary that a team will have a product owner, but I mean in some organization they can have product owner as well as BA, right? And BA will be part of Scrum team.
Yes. So
Okay.
So no one follows Scrum to the core, right? Everyone has set up their teams according to their needs, or whatever they are comfortable with. So some has set up one PO and multiple BAs assigned to each Scrum under them. Some have set up one PO and then multiple BAs working on different features. Uh, some has multiple POs working on the same project. So the options are endless, right? So yeah, so at the end of the day, the person needs to design a solution, and that's what we are here to talk about. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. Hi, Shreyas.
Hey, hello, hi Shipra. Thank you.
Hi.
So just on the same lines, the BA, what you're talking, right? I think that's specific to a BA who is working on IT solution, right? When I say IT solution, like who is within the Scrum team, right?
Mm-hmm.
So in the same lines, I think, as we see in some of the functional areas, right? I think when we say the transformation consultant, he works starting from the ideation, right? Ideation till the execution, who will also get to play a role of product management also in some cases, right? So how do we define that? Because there's an overlap in the role, right? From BA to product management in some cases.
Yeah. Yes. So the question is very valid. Yeah. And the confusion is equally prevalent as well. Yeah. So uh, what we need to understand is that each of these roles, right? Product manager, product owner, business analyst. So each of these roles come with a responsibilities. Yeah. Your designation could be anything,
Yeah.
but all that matters is what your responsibilities are,
Mm.
right? So if your designation is PO, but you can't take the final call on
Yeah.
the solutioning, then you are
Mm.
not doing your PO work, right? You are just doing business analysis, or you are a BA there.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Mm. Mm.
So product manager looks into what features needs to be added into the product. If you are not taking that call, then you are not doing product management, right? You are doing a product owner role or a BA role there. So
Okay.
and there is definitely an overlap. Screen
Okay.
shot has been shared multiple times over different channels, wherein they say these are the responsibilities of BA, these are the responsibilities of PO, these are the responsibilities of product manager, and these are the overlapping responsibilities between product manager and BA. These are the overlapping responsibilities between product manager and PO, right? And these are the overlapping responsibilities between BA and PO. So um, the responsibilities are important, not the designation. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. But how do we, because, from the experience, right? Right. So I was just checking some of the product owner and product manager roles. I think more or less that remains the same, right? It's only like sometimes the terminologies what they use in the industry is something tricky in some cases.
No, product manager is a different role, and product owner is a different role altogether. Yeah.
Okay.
Product manager decides what features needs to be added into the product. Product owner decides how
Okay.
those features needs to be implemented within the product. What will be the user experience, what will be the interface, what all values we will be saving, what all fields we will be giving to the user, so on and so forth, right? So
Okay.
all that is product owner work. Product manager is more like responsible for ensuring that the product gives the value. So how product development happens is, first the company pays from its own pocket. Investment is made into the product, right? And then that product is launched into the market, and then responses are gathered, and then the product either survives or dies. So the responsibility of product manager is to ensure that the product survives continuously.
Okay.
Yeah. Owner, on the other hand, needs to ensure that user gets a good experience of the system.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks, Jess. Pound Euro has joined us as well. Would you like to add anything?
Yeah, myself Gitanjali. Sorry, I have some kind of the special character naming mentioned in my Twitter profile. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So guys,
Gitanjali.
I have one confusion. Like during your query, we are talking about product owners, product manager, and the BAs. So like usually we just follow the Scrum, right? Any kind of the
Mhm.
agile development. So like sometimes we are confused with the Scrum Master and BA. They simply ask if Scrum Master is hired for this product, what is the role of BA? Or if BA is hired, so why what is the role of the Scrum Master? Like vice versa. So it is
Yeah.
confusing.
So,
Like they ask that kind
yeah,
of a question.
Scrum Master is a different role altogether, right? Scrum Master is a person who will be removing obstacles for the team and will be ensuring that the team, sticks to agile methodologies and follows agile principles. Yeah. So,
Ah, that I
let me
know.
take an example. Yeah, a developer is sitting idle because he has, he needs a software to do the coding, but that software access has not been given to him yet. Will BA be able to help this developer?
Okay. But
Can-
actually, what happens, ma'am, most of the time they ask, like, for example, there's a one product owner or kind of the functional BA. So they hire one kind of the general BA and they ask, okay, just do the general BA activity as well, drive the Scrum Master role also. So it's not like that you have the BA, you have the Scrum Master, you have the product owner. It's either BA or Scrum Master most of the time.
Yeah. So again, one thing is, some companies do that. I won't deny that, but that is not ideal for sure. And the answer to your query will be the same thing that I suggested few minutes back. It all
Okay.
depends on responsibilities you are handling, right? So if a single person is doing a BA role as well as a Scrum Master role, though it's a contradictory role. What if BA needs some help? Yeah, who will help a BA if a BA himself is a Scrum Master or herself is a Scrum Master, right? But let's say in your in a particular organization, a single person is handling the BA role as well as Scrum Master role. Then this person will need to wear different hats on different occasions. So if a developer comes to this person and say that I'm not able to do the coding because my I'm not having the access, or I'm not having my code or machine set up, then this VA needs to liaise with technical teams and get his issue resolved as well, because that is the Scrum Master role. As a BA, he has to write the user stories and give the requirements to the team as well. Yeah.
Okay, ma'am,
So
but practical way,
the
what happened? These kind of the like you are saying impediments happen. It's the project manager who just like do these kind of the sort out the issues. Like it's a general way. Like most of the time in the stand up, it's most of the time we discuss, and it's impediment most of the time removed by the product owner because it's a sorry project manager because they have the authority to contact with the kind of the IT team or that kind of the stuff. So
you are
yeah,
not following Scrum, right? So in Scrum, there is no project manager role.
right.
Yeah.
Agree.
Project manager is a leader role, wherein a project manager is asking the people what you are doing, what your impediments are, how I can solve those impediments, and the project manager is responsible for it. Yeah. Scrum Master is more of a servant leader role, wherein the team, he'll ask the team, what's blocking you. So Scrum defines only Scrum Master, PO, and team roles. Scrum does not
Okay.
say it's project manager's role. Yeah. So,
But
but yes, many organizations have not, adopted the basis or basics of Scrum, and they, everyone has set up their own Scrum but teams. Yeah, they are doing
mm,
Scrum, but there are some variations to it. So, um, if they are called, if your team has a project manager, then
mhm.
there is no point in having a Scrum Master, right? So they have given you a title of Scrum Master, but they have not given you authority for it. Then what's the value in that role? Yeah,
Okay. So
that's what.
we can like say that if, for example, if a project manager is going to help, that means we can consider them Scrum Master in that case, because
Mhm.
they are playing the role of that Scrum because they are removing the impediments.
Yes,
Right.
yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Moving back to the topic. So role of BA in product development. So we have already discussed role of a BA in data migration projects. We have already discussed role of BA in integration projects. Yeah. So continuing in the same series, we are now talking about role of BA in the product development, and I'll continue with what kind of requirements the BA will look into. So in product development, the main role that the BA performs is of solution designer. Yeah, there is no solution whatsoever. Nothing is there in the product. That so if you are working on a particular feature, right? That feature is not there in the product, and that's why you are developing it. So maybe the feature is having an MVP, but then you are adding some more enhancements to it, but then those enhancements themselves become something that you will start from scratch, and you will consider another cut of MVP there. So solution designer is one of the prominent roles that a product within a product development project a BA will be performing. Even if there is a PO, the PO will give you very high level requirements or a business requirements that or maybe they go in and give you a particular solution. But as a business analyst, what you will need to do is you will need to analyze that solution, and you need to see that whether the solution fits across product or not. Yeah, certain things that you need to be mindful of when you are doing the solution designing. One is ensuring consistency across the modules. So your product will be having different modules. You will need to ensure that the solution that you are designing is consistent to other areas. It should not happen that let's say, let me take an example of giving an information to the user, right? The information can be given to the user in multiple ways. It should not happen that in one module the information is given in a pop-up. In another module, the information is given in a banner at the top of the screen. In another module, you will get information at the side of the screen as a toaster message. Yeah. So same, ensuring consistency is very important for a solution and during solution designing. Another important aspect will be audit. You need to ensure that whatever requirements you are capturing, there is a story for it which will say uh, the fields which are introduced in so and so stories, keep an audit track of it. And by audit track, I means which user added information, updated information, or deleted information from the screen, and what was the time. So user modified by and modified time are two key pieces of information. It's a regulatory requirement for all IT systems. So audit tracking becomes an important in product development. If you're working in an implementation project, you need not worry about auditing, because auditing should be happening within the product behind the scenes. If it is not happening, that's a product gap. But implementation BA will not be talking about auditing. Yeah. Implementation BA need not be worried about it, but a product BA needs to be worried about auditing. Any questions so far? I'll take a break before I continue.
Shipra, sorry, when you say auditing, what does that include basically?
I'm sorry. Auditing is which user verified what on what time, date and time. Yeah. So any change in the value needs to be audited, needs to be tracked. It should not happen that you are saying I'm charging 100, but then someone went in and say, I'm charging 200 and no one knows who changed it. Right?
Okay.
That's what auditing is.
Mm-hmm.
So you keep a history of all the changes that have been made in the data. And
Okay.
even workflows, which person finalized a particular contract or a particular record, yeah, which user moved it to which other user, what that other user did. So all that information so all everything that the user does in the system needs to be tracked for troubleshooting purposes, and it's a regulatory requirement as well, and it becomes critical for supporting support roles as well. Yeah. So no one else other than product BA will be defining that any changes in this field should be audited. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So any story a BA will write, there will be an additional story next to it which will say the changes shall be audited and user modified by, and user and the modified time, date and time shall be captured in the
Okay.
audit tables. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, makes sense.
About consistency, we talked about consistency first, right? What was my first point? Anyways, so we talked about so one thing we have to ensure is that whatever solution I'm giving, it needs to be we talked about consistency, so it needs to be consistent across screens. Second thing, product BA needs to take care of is audit. All the changes should be audited. Yeah. Third thing that the product BA needs to take care of is permissions. So every system will have certain user roles, and based on those user roles, certain permissions will be given. Yeah. So a product BA will need to ensure that any changes they are doing in the system, they need to check if a permission need to be set up or not, which will be configurable during implementation. Yeah. So so for example, I'm introducing a new grid in the system, a new table in the system, and I want certain users to be able to see this information, but not other users should not be able to see this information, right? I'm introducing some buttons in the system. Certain set of users should be able to use those buttons. Other set of users should not be able to use those buttons, right? So everything needs to be permission driven. In product, there will be no user roles, there will be no permissions for any user roles, everything will be open. But when it goes to implementation, at that point in time, the implementation team will say, I have these user roles in my system. First user role will have these permissions, second user role will have these permissions, third user role will have these permissions, right? So they will be defining the permissions, but as a product BA, what you will need to ensure is that there is a provision for setting up those permissions, right? So if you are doing something, it should not happen that when it goes into implementation, then the implementation cannot define which user will access what. Yeah. Access is another key aspect of any requirement elicitation. So you need to capture your access requirements as well in any project. So as a product BA, you need to ensure that permissions are there to handle those accesses. Yeah. Any questions so far? Okay. Next thing that as a product BA, when you're doing the solutioning, you need to ensure is your non-functional requirements. Yeah. So implementation BA will get a product. They may not be able to set up how much time will be done, what is the maintainability, what is the scalability, right? But as a product BA, you will own the non-functional requirements of the system. If anyone does not know what the non-functional requirements are, please do Google it and check it out. We will not be able to handle the query in this session, but a product BA needs to handle the non-functional aspects of the product as well, right? What is my system performance? What is my system's operability? On what platforms I can use the system, so on and so forth. Yeah. Shreyas, do you want to say something? I can't hear you, Shreyas.
Oh,
Yes.
sorry, I was talking on mute. No, I think that's pretty clear. I think when we say non-functional, I think that it starts from UI UX to the tech dependency and everything. Yeah, should be
Mhm.
fine. Yeah, I know. I
Yeah.
mean, that itself is a different whole. I mean, it's a different. Probably, I think we'll have to do a different podcast for the whole session. Probably will not digress from the subject.
Yeah, agree. Okay. Another key important aspect that a product BA needs to cater for is configurability in the requirements. Yeah. So basically, everything needs to be configurable. If I am introducing a field, it will have drop down values. Then this list should be configurable. I should have, I should allow my implementation teams to change this, and this field should be set up as a master data, and implementation teams should be able to change this master data. Yeah. If I'm introducing some behavior, yeah, so in that case also it should be configurable whether my implementation team wants to use the same behavior or they want to use a variance of it. Yeah. If they have business rules set up in the system, any validation set up in the system, then implementation team should be able to change the messages that come across. They should be able to say, I do not want to implement this business rule, I do not want to implement this validation. They should be able to say, I want to implement this business rule, yeah, which is not part of the product. I should be able to set up a particular field as mandatory. I should be able to specify which values will transferred over to other entities. I should be able to implementation team should be able to specify which fields will be editable, which fields will not be editable, so on and so forth. Yeah. So implementation team should be given maximum flexibility to set up the product according to their needs via configurations. For small changes, it should not require a product release. Everything needs to be configurable. So whenever you are taking requirements as a product BA, stop for a minute and see what all aspects of these requirements I can make configurable. How much flexibility I can give my implementation teams. Yeah, that's another key aspect which you will be looking at as a product BA. Any questions so far? I'll take it as no. Yeah. And last but not the least, impact analysis. Yeah. So as a product BA, I'm not talking about product owner here. So as a product BA, you will be looking into one module of the complete product, right? Unless the product is very small. But even the small product may have at least one or two modules. So as a product BA, you will be looking at one module at a time. But at the same time, what you need to do is you need to be aware of what all is happening in other modules, what all development is in progress right now, what all new features will be added into the product, what solutions have been designed for those features. So you need to have a visibility of at least 6 months down the line what changes will happen in the product. It should not happen that you are focusing on one module, you develop a solution in one way and someone else developed a solution in developed their module or their function in another way, and at the end of it, when we are doing integration before the release, then that time we are realizing that the two solutions are contradicting each other. So that will be a very tough situation. Yeah. So as a product BA, having a clear cut visibility of what all is happening across product is very important, so that you can perform impact analysis of those enhancements on your feature. You can let others know that you are doing this product enhancement, and it might affect their feature. Yeah, vice versa. So in in understanding and assessing the impact, not only on the existing modules but even on the upcoming modules, is quite important for a product BA. It is one of the most trickiest thing to do, because there may be 10-15 scrums running all the time. You might be super busy with your scrum, but still asking you to take out time and understand what's going on in the rest of the 14-15 scrums, it's quite a humongous task for you, right? And no one will give you another or a separate time just to understand what's going on in other scrums. Yeah, so it's quite tricky, but it's quite important as well. So remaining on top of the things, what all developments are happening, everything that's going on in product is very important. And that's why when you join your product scrums, keep your ears and eyes open. Yeah. Any questions so far? Feel free to share your experiences if you have any. Do you agree what I'm saying? Do you disagree what I'm saying? Happy to take your feedback as well.
Yeah, Shipra, I think what you're saying is absolutely right. So probably I would like to share a different context. I mean, when we're talking from the BA in the product development, right? I mean, I work in the same domain, but I mean, my work is limited. I mean, it's quite. I mean, it's not limited within the Scrum team actually. So I work with the business, and I give the requirement to the product owner, product manager actually. Okay, along with the business. So I mean, the role is to kind of take care from the ideation till the execution. I mean, when I say execution, till it reaches the customer, that particular product. Okay, so I was thinking like I mean, when I say BA, it is which should not limit it only till the like within the Scrum team, right? I mean, that's a one piece of the role, but the BA in product development also extends in such a way that where they also work with the product or owner or the product manager in a close relationship to enhance the overall productivity from that product, basically.
Agree. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, so far, whatever we have discussed is it was quite, I mean, just an insight. It was focused predominantly on the BA who is working within the Scrum team, actually. Right?
Yeah.
Because when we expand or when we go one level higher, I think that'll, I mean, you will get to work in a different environment altogether, like where you start from the beginning and work till it reaches the product, till it reaches the customer and get their feedback. And again, then you will start redoing or performing some other exercise in such a way that where and how you can improve the customer experience and all that. It's like a cycle, actually. Yeah.
So that's again part of your solution designing, right?
Yes.
So as a BA, you will not you will be designing the solution along with your PO.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
So yes, I agree with you.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, one more point when we are talking about impact analysis. It is possible that your product may have already been implemented for one or more clients. Yeah, it is also possible that your product is already in live and there are live records present in the system as well. So whenever you are designing the solution, you need to take a break and think about how it will impact my existing clients. So it should not happen that you develop something and and with the next product release, the client starts getting something which is not aligned to the way they have set up the product for themselves. Yeah. So something stop working for them, or things like that. So whenever you are doing product development, think about existing customers, think about existing data as well. Yeah. That's again part of your impact analysis. Okay. Um, Moving on, just because we are running short of time. So coming to what Shreyas said, right? So that besides, so as part of your solution designer, what you will need to also do is collaborate. Yeah, you need to collaborate. So you will have a role of a collaborator as well. So you need to collaborate your product owner to understand, or get approvals on what the solution will be. You need to collaborate with market elements. Yeah, maybe some regulatory bodies, maybe some government agencies, or maybe someone in the market, or some of your clients, to understand how your product impacts them. Yeah. You need to collaborate with product managers to understand the roadmap of the product, so that it helps you understand the vision of the product. Yeah. And align your solutioning to the overall product vision. So you'll collaborate there. You'll collaborate with your implementation teams as well. So uh, many of the requirements will be coming from your implementation team itself, because they are more closely aligned to the business, right? They have implemented a product and client is asking for something in the product which is not there at all. Then client implementation BA will feed into your product backlog, right? Implementation BA will say, my client is requesting for this, add this to product. And then you decide whether it's a product worthy solution or not, and you proceed accordingly. So if you decide that yes, which is essentially your 80% of the cases, wherein you will decide that yes, whatever my client is asking is indeed a product worthy solution, you'll add it to product backlog. So when a BA picks up this backlog item, right, the BA will not have a complete visibility of what was discussed maybe few months back. So at that time, BA will collaborate with the implementation BA who came with the original request, and get the more information, get a better understanding of what the requirements are. Yeah. So sometimes you will need to collaborate with client BAs as well. So your client may have hired some BAs, or some other team who is having BAs helping out the client. Yeah, maybe some transformation projects and so on. They might have hired some consultants, or directly with the clients. Yeah, so you will be collaborating with your clients, your client BAs, to understand the requirements better, and to understand that whatever solution you are proposing will meet their requirements. Yeah. During product development, a personas is a usual way to start, right? But if you already have implemented your project, then your actual clients, will be more helpful than your personas which you might have created. Yeah, because persona is something that you are thinking from someone else's perspective, right? But if an actual person is telling you what he needs, that's a whole game altogether. So collaboration is very important, right? So whenever you are working on a requirement in a product development, uh, collaborate as much as you can, beside collaborating with your dev team, your technical teams, to understand what the restrictions are. Yeah, what the uh, technical challenges are. You need to collaborate with your QC team to get more insights of how it might affect other areas of the product. So yes, so collaborate and collaborate. The more you collaborate, better your understanding will be, better your solution will be, and more the life of the solution will be. Yeah. So if you do something which is not handling future needs, then you may have to your whatever feature or whatever efforts you have put in, they may be short lived. Yeah. So solution designer and collaborator are the two important roles that a BA plays in product development. Any questions so far? So that's all what I wanted to discuss today.
No, Shipra, I think you precisely covered the whole thing. I think thanks for that. Thanks for this, and probably will look to connect further on the sessions. Do you have any other plans for other sessions lined up in your queue?
Yeah. So as I mentioned, we are running the series. We talked about
Okay.
data migration. We talked about integration. Today was product development. I'm planning the next session, same time, Saturday, same time, to be on implementation BAs. Yeah. So if you are
Okay.
in implementation BA, how you handle your requirements, and the
Mhm.
next session to that will be support BA. So if you are in support role, what is it, the expectations from you? So that will basically cover, all the major segments of the industry here.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
So those two sessions I'm planning. There was a request for a banking domain session as well. I need to
Okay.
check with the speaker if he's available. So sometime down the line I'll schedule a session with him as well based on his availability. I didn't invited him today because there was a lot of confusion around the timings. Yeah.
Okay.
So now we have agreed on this time. So I'll check with him for his availability next week. So if he's available, we'll do a banking domain session as well.
Okay.
So
Sorry. Whom did you mention? To whom you will be inviting
and
for banking?
yeah, the person came to our session sometime back. Just give me a minute. I'm forgetting the name.
Okay.
It's so the person who took the last session, right? Shantanu or someone. So I'll check out my chat history and I'll check with them. Yeah.
Sure. No problem. Yeah.
Um. Yeah, so those are upcoming sessions. So I hope every one of you is on the Telegram group because that's where we decide which session to take and when to take, and all the links will be shared there. And any conversation that we need to have with regards to the club, yeah, we do that there. So if you have not joined our Telegram channel, please do so. Just search for the BA Club in the Telegram search bar, and you'll get the um, group. It's a public group, so anyone can join in. Yeah.
Is it BA Club? Because I don't find it. So
Just type the BA Club. THEBACLUB. Telegram.
a BA Club. Okay. There are 261 members. Is that the same group?
No, we have definitely more than 1,000 members.
Okay.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
Sorry, can you spell it please once again? I don't find it here.
Yeah. Capital THE, capital
Capital T. Oh, okay.
capital A, capital CLUB without any spaces.
The BA Club. Okay, I found it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
I hope to see you in upcoming sessions as well. So thank you for joining today.
Yeah, sure, definitely. Yeah, nice session. Thank you. We'll keep joining and we'll keep sharing our inputs as well. Yeah,
Yeah. Thank you.
sure.
Yeah,
Thanks a lot.
thank you, Shipra.
Thank you.
Hazen, would you like to take a